Hello everybody. So money is quite a prime motivator for a lot of the works that we do. Seems like we do our jobs, we do our productivity is somehow impinged, pegged on money as the reward for what we do. But the currency, the money that we have, is not the only wealth that is to be earned and by which to be rich. There are many other forms of wealth, currencies of exchange, which many of us would be aware of, would even be spoken of in different circles. Some may be esoteric, some may be called religious, some may be called just goodwill. But the fact remains that money is one of the currencies of exchange. The other currencies are, like I said, goodwill. When you're doing something good, you earn the goodwill of somebody else. And by the law of, if you've heard in terms of karma, when you're doing something good, you earn something. You earn what's called as good karma. And it's kind of like a kind of money, but it's not something that you can touch and feel, but which moves from, which is like another purse you have, but you can't feel it, but you have it. You earn good karma. And when you're doing something bad, then you're earning bad karma, which means it's a kind of bad money. Okay, so that's another purse you have. And then there is another currency, which is blessings. When you do something good for others, they give you blessings. It's not something that you can snatch from somebody. You cannot snatch blessings from somebody. It has to be given to you. And when you get blessings, that fills another purse, which you can't see, but you can have the experience of it. And you're benefited from having this purse as full as it could be. Or it's as full or it's as empty as it could be. So depending on how you're doing things. If you've earned blessings, then that purse gets filled. So that's another currency. So another one what you have is the energy that you get from doing the right thing. When you're doing the right thing, it's like, have you heard of this example of Sisyphus pushing his rock up the mountain? There's a story about this person who was, I don't know if it was cursed or what you call it, but he had to keep pushing a rock up a mountain, and his job was to get it there. So if he left it, the rock will go rolling right down back, and again he had to keep pushing it back up. So there's this example of this person. Now each one of us in our everyday chores, it may seem very mundane and we're just doing our things. But when you're doing it, and when you're doing it right, it may seem meaningless. It may seem, what is the point in doing all this? But in the effort that you exert in pushing, that Sisyphus exerted in pushing the rock up the mountain, at least he developed strong muscles. And over a period of time, he developed the wherewithal, the know-how of how to do it, of how to do the right thing. And what happens when you're doing the right thing? You develop a certain ability by which preserves and maintains timeless values. And doing the right thing somehow already begins to earn the goodwill of others because it has been tried and tested methods. So doing the right thing has a certain energy to it versus doing the wrong thing, which is most likely to be destructive. And the person who's doing it is also not likely to stand the test of time. So those who do good things are more likely to be preserved by nature, because there are a lot of timeless values that goes into doing the right things. So you develop a muscle for doing the right things. So there's an energy that you earn, and that's a different kind of a currency that you become richer by. And this currency is stored in your muscle, in your tissue memories. Yeah, so your whole body is like a purse that stores the energy of doing the right thing. So it's a kind of a purse. And just like any other currency, when you have something, you can do more things with it. So this is another purse that gets filled in your tissue memory. Another one, another currency that you have is social connection. So when you're interacting with people and you're providing value to people, sorry. So when you're interacting with people and providing value to people, there is a very beautiful another currency which comes about, and that's called trust. Now, trust does not build anyhow, somehow. If you're doing the right things, trust builds. If you're not doing what is valuable and beneficial and life preserving for others, then you lose trust. Now, this is another rare wealth that is to be earned. So we already have here 1, 2, 3. We have 5 kinds of currencies, 5 kinds of money, wealth, which as you earn and you get richer, you have more things that can become possible and available by the value you bring, by the value you have, the value you can bring to others. So you are kind of increasing the abundance of wealth, not only for yourself but also for others. So this is kind of the way to get healthy. So happy richness. Smiles.